Hey everybody, it's Strict9 with Strict9 GP, and welcome back to another episode of my Out of the Park 20 series with the Phillies. And this is a playoff episode, which means that we're going to have some 3D gameplay in this one. We are in the Lead Division Championship, or the Lead Division Series, against the San Francisco Giants. And about to play Game 4. We're up 2-1. We've got home field advantage. So even if we lose this one in San Francisco today, we go back to Philadelphia. But I'm hoping we take care of them today, because I hate when a team comes back from a 2-0 deficit, which is what we had over San Francisco, and ties it, because a lot of times that momentum swings, especially in a 5-game series. 7 games, it's hard to win 4 in a row if you've got a 3-0 lead, but if you just got 2 games, a 2-game advantage, it's not too tough for a team to come back and win 3 straight. I've seen it several times anyway in out of the park baseball, so that's what I'm hoping we can do today. Still like our chances, but it's gonna rely on the offense, I think, more than anything. And just to recap what's going on. We won the first game 9-0. Parker got the start, pitched 5 shutout innings, but he barely got through the 5th. So he good enough to get the win, but didn't go as long as I would have liked. And then Game 2, we went with Ken Dion starting. He pitched okay, barely got through 5 innings, but it was back and forth until I think we took a 3-1 lead, then they tied it, and then the bottom of the 8th, Ian Norman came through and hit a 2-run home run to give us a 5-3 lead. Mendoza came in to save it. It was a shaky save. He gave up a run, but we wound up, we go up 2-0. I'm feeling pretty good about it. And then Game 3 was a terrible game offensively. I was recording the game, but then it got so bad, I was like, I'm not going to put you guys through this one. It went 16 innings. Our offense just could not get anything going. I think we had 5 hits in the whole 16-inning game. And I just made the decision in extra innings to save my bullpen. And so I went with 2 pitchers primarily in that whole extra inning stretch. And we did wind up losing it 3-2. Hopefully that's not going to be a bad decision. It's not going to come back and bite me. San Francisco, though, they needed to win that one, and they played harder for it, and they went through pretty much their whole pitching staff. So I'm hoping that's going to play into today's game. I don't know if I can see San Francisco here, but I'll look at the pitching staff when we get started to see how their fatigue level is going into Game 4. But I went with Barbarossa in this one. He's a guy who had 18 wins on the season. I thought he would be good for the clincher, and again, just 5 innings, but only 2 runs. But that means that I've got Zach Thompson, that rookie, set to play in Game 4, and that's a lot of pressure on him. He did look good at the end of the season. I'm hoping that's the way he's going to pitch today, but I hated to be into that position. But at least, it's not a situation where we lose and go home. So if that means anything, I'm hoping that that's at least not going to put too much pressure on him. But the thing that's got me worried, even though we were up 2-1, almost all of our runs in those first 2 games for sure, and even in Game 3, came in bunches. We scored all 9 of our runs in that first game in the 2nd inning. Tupper had those 2 home runs in the game. He had them in the same inning, which was a pretty decent achievement. And then in Game 2, we scored 5 runs, but it was only like 2 innings. We scored like 3 in 1 inning and then 2 in the 8th. So I'm feeling pretty bad about this offense. I think we've hit a really cold streak, and it shows in the series so far. I mean, we've only got a couple guys hitting over 300, a couple regulars hitting over 300, and they haven't really driven any runs or contributed too much. So it's really going to be, can we get that offense going today? And so we'll go ahead and get started. They're going to go with Chris Snyder. Their pitching staff has been a little bit shaken. Their number one starter, a guy who's probably going to win the Cy Young this year, is injured for them out throughout the playoffs if they go further. So that might hopefully give us a leg up in this one. I am not going with Parker, though. I am going with Zach Thompson, who is fully rested, and I'm hoping that the pressure's not too much for him. We got the regular starters, though, against a righty. Well, I guess he's a righty. Let me double check. Chris Snyder is a righty. So Gutierrez is pretty cold, but he's going to stay at short, hitting seventh, and then the rest of the lineup is going to be the same. I want to check that San Francisco. Yeah, I mean, they've got a couple guys who are fully rested, but that pitching staff, even though they won that game, took a hit. And for us, we got we got three guys and a few who are a little bit tired, but not too bad. So I'm hoping that's going to be hopefully that's going to be in our favor. All right, so we're going to be starting off in San Francisco. Steve Bond leading off. He's got a 2-1 count. And the wind's blowing in from center, so we may not see a lot of home runs today, which, again, I don't know if that's going to be in our favor or not. Steve Bond, a slow grounder, but he's able to throw him out. And now we got Koopman up, who's really struggled this playoffs, hitting just 143 in the series. And he lines that one to right field, so one of his few hits so far. And then holding the runner, I'm going to let Warlick hit here. And a liner, and first baseman catches it. So now it's going to be up to Vega at a full count, and he walks him. We really need to score early, I'm hoping. And now Tupper up, a 1-0 count. And that's going to be grounded to the shift, grounded to the first baseman to get him out. So we got a couple guys on base, but we leave him stranded. Now Zach Thompson, his first ever postseason appearance. Guy had a great season, second in the National League in wins. That's a little dribbler to first, to the pitcher. He throws him out. Now we got Juan Pecinos up. I'm going to shift him a little bit to the right. And it's a 2-2 count. And he hits that one hard, but right at the first baseman. San Francisco's got some pretty good offense. Durr is a guy, he's hitting 278, but he's got a little bit of power too. It's a 1-0 count. And that one might get through, and it does. So the first hit of the game for San Francisco. And Durr has some speed, but I'm going to just pitch to Savillo here. And he's going to steal it pretty easily. 2-2 count on Savillo. Man, I know it favors probably walking him, but I'm going to risk it early in the game. And that's going to be a grounder to short, and he's going to throw him out. Gutierrez with a pretty good play there. So nothing through one. And we got Sean Riggs leading off. Riggs, he's hitting 273, but again, no home runs, no RBIs. And that's going to be an easy ground out to third. He was a pretty poor performer last offseason, so I was hoping he could get turned around this year. And Gutierrez walks on 4 pitches. I may try to steal here. Gutierrez has the most speed of anybody on the team. And looks like they pitched out on that one. Ooh, I'll try again. And he's going to be sitting duck. Hard to believe, but they have been throwing out. I think that's about the 4th time I've been thrown out trying to steal. So even though the pitchers have a poor hold rating, I'm going to have to quit doing that because it's costing us, I think, some opportunity here. All right, so bottom of the second. Our offense continuing to struggle. grounder to short, and Gutierrez throws him out. Now Max Medlin, I'm going to play him straight away. Another pretty good hitter, 331 average on the year. And he hits that one to the gap, and that's going to be extra bases. So he's on with a double, 1 out. And that brings up Herrera. Strikeout would be nice here, and that's what we get. And so Eddie Hayes, contact of 15. He's hitting 368. Man, maybe shouldn't pitch to him. But a towering pop-up to right. Well, actually short the infield. So second baseman looks like he caught it to get us out of the inning. Now we got Thompson leading off. We really need to get some offense, even though probably going to waste this bat. But it's time for us to really get something going here. And there's a hit from Bond. That's a good sign. If only, and I'm going to do something really different here. I'm going to run and hit. And he's in there. Phew, finally a stolen base. All right, Koopman, who's been cold, he had to hit his last time up. Full count. And he strikes him out. I don't know. I'm still debating what I'm going to do with Koopman. He's a free agent after this year. Now Warlick up, man. He had a home run in that first game, but been extremely cold ever since. And he hits that one pretty hard, but it's going to be caught in right. So we continue to struggle with that offense. That's why I really feel like we may wind up losing this series, because in the playoffs, when the offense is cold, you can just see it. I mean, it's I think it's part of the way the sim engine works. It's really hard to get something going when the offense is like it is. And that's going to be a base hit. Another speedy guy on. I'm going to pitch out, see if he's going to go. He's not. And throw to first. I really need to get out of this one for sure. He's probably going to go now. Nope. It's going to be a grounder that gets through because we were playing the double play. Oh, man. I think we're going to lose this one. It's just, you cannot win when your offense is as cold as we are right now. Good pitch there to get Durst to strike out. And now Savello. Can we get one more magic out? No, I think that one's going to be deep. And it's going to be over Bond's head, so that's going to score 1. Could have scored 2. Got lucky there. All right, so Jim Yost up. It's 0-1 count, but runner's in scoring position. Weak ground ball to third. He's going to throw him out. So we're down 1-0. I just don't know if we've got the offense in us. So Vega, and we're pitching against a pretty weak starting pitcher here. And Vega up. Hits him pretty deep at straightaway center. All right, so 1 away for Tupper. First pitch, he looks like he's going to be swinging. And weak ground ball, I'm telling you. This, you know it when you're playing out these games. If you guys play out your games a lot, you're just clicking buttons when it comes to the offense. There's nothing you can do to overcome a weak team. I mean, I guess you could try being more aggressive on, or not a weak team, but a team that's just going cold offensively. You could maybe try bunting your way on at times. You might try, like I did, the last inning with a run and hit, try to get get some aggressive base running going, but nobody's hitting. And, this is going to be like almost 20 innings, and we've only scored 2 runs in those 20 innings. And that's a towering pop-up on the infield again. All right, so infield fly rule, Koopman has it. Now the pitcher up. I'm going to play the infield, the corners in. And he bunts it to third. That's going to be tough. But he's able to get the lead, or get the first base in time. All right, so Jim Hall. I think Jim Hall had a hit his last time up. It's 2-2 count. And that one's going to be out to left. All right, so he gets out of that inning, but they've got 6 hits to our 2 and a run. So, man, and we're at the bottom of the batting order. Gutierrez, weak grounder. Oh my gosh, I have such a hard time even watching this game when it gets to this point, because it's almost predetermined in my opinion. I just don't think that this offense is gonna even score a run in this game. And if that's the case, then at least we've got Game 5. Hopefully we can turn it around back in Philly. But I'm not too hopeful for this one. I mean, we're going up against a very weak starting pitcher, and 2 hits through 5 innings. Okay, so first batter pops up to left. And a grounder to second, and Koopman there in time, so 2 away. And now Savello, who has the only RBI of the game. And 3-0 count, he may walk him here. Yep, he does. Low. Let me see what the pitch count is on. He's at 72. He's got good stamina. I think he can still probably go another inning if he can get through this one. And he does strike him out. So Thompson is pitching, despite the pressure, he's pitching really well. It's just we've got to get some offense going. We're back to the top of the lineup. Full count on Bond. And he hits that one straight away center. What the heck happened there? I'm not even sure. Oh, it's a criminal double. Wow. Haven't seen that animation too much. So now we got a guy on second, no outs. Koopman, I'm going to let you bat. And he lines it up the middle. Could that tie the game? No. Bond stays at third. So first and third, 1 out. We finally got some offense going here. And a 3-1 count on Warlick. That's going to be a double play, but it's going to drive in the run. So we get a run miraculously, and so we tied it up. Now Vega up. I'd like to keep going. This is the heart of the lineup for us, and he's going to get a hit. Sure would have been nice if we could have prevented that double play. And now Tupper up. They're sticking with Snyder. Home run here would be really nice. And man, he hits that one really deep. And out of here. Holy cow. 447 feet, way deep into center field bleachers. All right, so now I'm feeling a little bit better. Not over yet, though. Riggs up, 3-2 count. And he strikes out. All right, so we got some offense, but is 3 runs going to be enough to keep it going? Now, I'm going to see if Thompson can get us through this inning. And Medlin grounds to third. Vega throws him out. Now we got Herrera up. He's hitting 278 in this series, not too bad. And a grounder to first. Tupper there to get him out. Now, here's Hayes. He's popped up twice to Koopman. And that's a grounder to Gutierrez. He's got some speed. Come on. And he throws him out. All right, so 3-1. Thompson did what he needed to do if I have to take him out. Now, San Francisco, they're going with a new pitcher here, Micah Hart, who hasn't pitched too much in this series so far, just 2 innings. He may be one of the few guys fully rested in that bullpen. And that's a high fly ball to right field. Should be in play. And he's out. And now Ian Norman up, 1-2 count. And he strikes him out. That's his second strikeout of the game. So Zach Thompson, I wonder if I can see how Thompson's doing. He's pretty tired. I think I'm gonna have to go with somebody else. I'm going to let Hobbs hit for him here in this 7th inning. It's 0-2 count. Man, that sucks. He was probably the wrong guy to throw in there. But now it's going to be up to the bullpen. This could be tough. Because I know we got a righty, and then a couple lefty. I'm going to go with DeCluet. Morrison is right now, he's injured with a 1-day injury. I'm trying to save him if I can. So DeCluet, first batter up, has got a full count. And I don't even know where that went. It's pop-up. Towering pop-up. Or, wow, it is just now coming down. That was the highest pop-up, I think, in the history of Major League Baseball. That must have gone up 2 miles. Okay, so Jim Hall up. Another full count. And he hits that one pretty hard, but right at center fielder. All right, so 2 away for Racinos. Who's a pull hitter. I'm going to play him to shift a little bit. And he goes the opposite way, but can Riggs catch up to it? He does. Good play from Riggs. All right, so now we're 2 innings away from clinching this series, which I'm having a hard time believing that at this point, the way we started out this game. But they've got another pitcher in, Connor Wilcott, who's just at 85% rested. Bond, not too good of a hitter against lefties. I think his split's a little bit better against righties. And he strikes out looking. Now Koopman up. Koopman is 2 for 3 today. He got his swing back, it looks like. But he's going to ground out the first on this one. So 2 down now for Warlick, another guy who struggles against lefties. But he hit that one hard into the gap. That's going to be extra bases. So he's going to slide into second with a double. Good job. But we got Vega up, another guy who struggles against lefties. And he goes the opposite way, but that should be an out to end the inning. All right, so now what do we do? This is going to be tough. I'm going to see how DeCluet goes in these first couple batters anyway. Going to play shift a little bit on Durr, and he hits it right up the middle. It's a base hit, and he's really speedy. I'm going to play the double play depth. A 1-1 count. Oh, and he hits him. Wow. That'll do it. Alright, so I'm going to play double play depth again. That might be a big mistake. It's 3-2. And another hit. And this game might be getting away from us. Max Medlin. I mean, I don't really have anybody fully rested on the bench except Alvarado, who is really pretty shaky. I mean, we're in the 8th inning. I guess I'm going to have to risk it. Dang. This one has gotten away from us really quick. So I'm going to have to play the infield in. It's 0-2 count against Medlin, who is a really good contact hitter. And he grounds to second. They get the out at home. A pretty weak throw there. I'm going to play that infield in again. It's 3-1 count. Don't walk this guy. And he walks in a run. 3-2. And still going to have to play the infield in here. 2-2 count. A grounder to short. He gets the guy. He gets the home. Gets the guy out at home. And now we got McDonald up. Oh gosh. Bases loaded. 2 away. Full count. And he struck him out. Man. What a close game this has been. And they're going to go with Jeremy Finneman. Another very good closer. I mean, in terms of the bullpens, the matchups, San Francisco has a better bullpen. That's how they won game 3. But he's also tired. He's at like 70%. I would love to get another run here. And that's another high pop-up. It may take a while for this one to come down. He is barely moving. Looks like he's walking to first base. And here's the ball. And it's going to be caught for an out. And now Sean Riggs, who's 0 for 3 today. Come on, Riggs, do something here. And he hits it really high, but I can't tell if that's going to be... Yeah, it's going to be caught. All right, so we're down to just our last guy, Gutierrez, struggling mightily. And he pops that one up to... Oh, that's going to fall in. So a base hit for Gutierrez. Hitting just 188, though, now. And now Norman, who had that big home run in game 2. And he hits that one pretty weak, actually. I thought it might carry, but that's going to be it. So now I got to do what I got to do. I got to bring in... Mendoza, and gosh, he did not look good in game 2. All right, so and he's got a tough part of their lineup coming up. Hopefully he gets it on track and does what he usually does and gives us a 3-out save here. So first batter up strikes him out, and Mendoza led the league. And I may have led all of baseball in saves with 50. And that's a liner to left. Riggs is going to get there. So we're 2 outs, 1 out away. Now Joe Durr coming up. A tough out. He's hitting 318 in this series. He's had a good year. And that's a grounder to Mendoza. And he throws him out. Whew, I did not think we were going to do this. But once again, we're scoring our runs in bunches, and that's usually a bad sign. I'm hoping that's not going to happen in the championship series, but we did manage to get through it. Hopefully that offense does something better, though, against Arizona. We're going to need it. I mean, this whole playoffs for the National League this year is pretty tough. You've got every team in there. 97 wins, for instance, for San Francisco. That was the lowest win total of anybody in the playoffs from the National League. So we got a tough test coming up. But Thompson did what he needed to do. Great first-time outing for him in his career in the playoffs. Mendoza did pick up the save. Zach Thompson was a player of the game, so that's good for him. And now MVP of the series was Josh Tupper, but he did have that big home run. So, 3 home runs, 7 RBIs in the series. I'm kind of, really glad that I picked this guy up. I didn't know that he was going to be that good. Honestly, just a 2.5-star player, but he gave me the power that I needed when I needed it. So now we are through, and we're going to be going up against Arizona, a team that, for the most part, has always been tough against us, but I think it's Arizona. Yeah, it's going to be Arizona. We do have home field advantage. I'm going to look at our team record, and then I'm going to look at some of these awards first, and then we'll move on. So who is that? American Association? We don't have any players there. Pacific Coast, we shouldn't have any players there. Scout found another poor guy. So how it's going to look if I'm looking at our team versus team against Arizona this year. So Arizona against the Phillies, 4-3. So they, in the 7 games they played us, they won 4. So hopefully that's not going to be a sign of what's going to happen in this series, but they come in really. They're actually, I think, a lot hotter than we are coming into the playoffs, if that's possible. Although I don't know, we finished really strong in September and October, so maybe not. But what I'm going to do is like what I always do when it comes to the playoffs. I'm going to play offline until we get to the deciding game, and then I'll come back to play that one out in the next episode. I'm hoping that we do a good job here, and get back and get an early lead on these guys and hold off. They've got some pretty good guys. Suzuki, if you remember last playoffs last year, if you watched those episodes, Suzuki was the MVP, I think. Yeah, it was the division series that we went out, and he was MVP of that series. Was just too hard to overcome. Got a couple other guys here: Palco, Joe High, Zamorano. Pretty good offense, but pitching, they got Castillo, a 4-star pitcher whose ratings look a lot better than his numbers. So they've got a good starting staff for the most part, and a good closer. So we're going to be matched up really good against this team, and it's really going to come down to if we can get our offense going. They are without Joe Howard, who is one of their best offensive players. If that's going to make a difference, I'm not sure. They're without Leal too, who's been a pretty big player for them the last several years. So luckily we don't have any major injuries going on right now. But that's how it looks. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode, and hope you're rooting for us to get to the World Series this year. I'll come back next episode, and hopefully it'll be a deciding game for the Phillies to move on to the World Series. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later.